and girls. Popcorn in hand, drink in the other. You guys ready for another Halloween Horror Nights 2024 live stream? Because here we are, back at it for the first Tuesday live stream of 2024, by the way.
Yes.
I got the music a little bit louder this time. I just like to build the moment for a second, you know? But, you know, let me, hold up, 1 second. Give me a second.
Do you guys like the lights behind us? I don't think we had that for the last live, just for the video.
Yeah, I don't think we had. Wait, did we? Did we not? No, I think it was just video. Yeah, that's right.
It'll be like the lightsabers. We'll see if they make it through the whole live or not.
I think they will. Yeah, so we added the lighting, more lighting to this live stream compared to the last one. But how are you guys doing? How's everybody doing? Everybody good?
Can't hear us.
Wait, can you guys hear us now? I know I had the music up a little bit louder, but I just tuned it down. So that should be good. Just somebody put your thumbs in the air just to let us know if the audio is good. This is what I want to see. I'm waiting. Yeah. Okay. Audio's good. We're good. I'm good. Steph's good. We're rocking and rolling. Hondo's good. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Tuesday, February something on some day or month. I don't know.
It's the day before Valentine's Day.
Oh.
And Brian doesn't know the date.
I feel like this is projected at me. Anyways, we're focusing on Halloween.
I said your name. Yes, it's projected at you. I said your name.
Oh, did you? I wasn't listening to that part. Anyways, how are you guys doing? Happy Tuesday evening for our first Tuesday live stream for 2024. Talking about, you know what, Halloween Horror Nights. I do want to put this out there too. We're not just doing Halloween Horror Nights tonight. We're actually going to be discussing, obviously it's Universal related. We do have some topics within Universal we want to talk about. And we will. There's a parade we want to mention, and Epic Universe. Just a little bit. We'll talk about those maybe later on in the stream or some point in between, just because they have to relate with some of the topics in Horror Nights that we will be featuring and mentioning. But today, we are going to be discussing the IPs that could potentially be coming to Halloween Horror Nights. We did do a video recently. If you guys haven't seen, it was about 6 days ago. I don't know. I think my update came in saying 6 days exactly. We did a video about 6 days ago that we released to all of you guys showing 5 of the intellectual properties we believe have a shot at this year's Halloween Horror Nights. We'll be kind of breaking that down into a further discussion today for tonight's live stream. Just kind of talk about why we think so, see what you guys think. We might even put up a fan poll in the chat today. Just kind of just to see what you guys think about the ones that we listed and what we think. And I just want to put this out there too. Those 5 aren't the only 5 that we have in our pockets, I guess you can say, for speculations. I mean, there's some other ones we may mention, like Gremlins. We might talk about Gremlins. I know we have a couple of Gremlins fans in here too that want to hear Gremlins mentioned. And I know a lot of people have been talking about the Mardi Gras tribute store and this Bayou theme and stuff. And I'm going to be one of those people that's going to want to put a nail in that coffin and then throw it off the boat and blow it up as we go by. And I'll tell you why later in the live stream with that. But we got a couple things we're going to be talking about, discussing when it comes to Halloween Horror Nights and the properties coming in. We are in the beginning phases of speculation season. So
still very early.
Very early. All this, nothing is confirmed. Nothing is real.
And we don't have any announcements like we did last year at this time.
Yeah, with Chucky that being, and we also at this time last year we did also have the Vegas announcement, which I know has nothing to do with Orlando, but we will be talking about Vegas in the near future. We may even talk about it tonight in tonight's live stream just a little bit as well. But we have other things speculated like logistics, the layout, some other changes within the park, as well as ticketing and all kinds of things that comes to Halloween Horror Nights that we will be doing in future videos. We do have one planned potentially this weekend, if not next week. This coming week, there'll be one. Every week we'll have at least a live stream or a video, and it'll just be ramping up. And I know with the amount of speculation video ideas that we have, we might have a couple tend to pop up in the weeks coming. So just keep an eye on those. So we'll save some of those conversations for those videos when they come out and then do a following live stream. Just kind of break it down more if that's something that you guys would like to see. I'm hearing
I think that
sounds, but
I
I
think
don't
that
see
first
that.
one was delayed from when we first started. I think it was even before we started, right?
I think so, maybe.
It was Brandon does
You-
theme parks.
I say you have it on your side. I don't think I can see it on my side. So you're gonna have to be the what is it? The town crier.
I guess.
Yeah, hear ye, hear ye.
Brandon does theme parks. Member for 12 months said, I missed last live stream. I joined this one to find out I've been a member for 1 year.
Wow, hey,
Wow.
wow, hey Brandon, wow, welcome. Hey man, thanks for tuning in for tonight's live stream. By the way,
Yeah, and thanks for being a member for
for a full year.
a full year. That's
A
crazy.
full year in the Fright Club. It still surprises me that we've been doing it for that long,
I know.
and even longer before that.
Yeah,
I feel like we just started this whole thing.
it's crazy.
And then we also got another one, I believe. Do you see it on your side?
Yes, Irfan, welcome to the Fright Club beginner.
Ooh, joining the Fright Club. Welcome, Irfan. We're working on. We're gonna get a whole bunch of things on the screen, and we're working on some, I guess, more creative stuff to pop up. I'm if you guys notice, I keep doing this. I'm fighting this cord. I don't know where I want to put this cord. I have no idea. I'm gonna figure it out because I want it there, but when I turn it, it falls. Anyways, I said let's just jump in.
Yeah.
Let's jump in. Tonight, I don't want to give you guys a time frame on how long tonight's live stream is going to be. It's going to go until it stops. And we're shooting for an hour minimum. We're going to be doing an hour at least. But it might not be a longer live stream just because work today sucked for everybody that I know of in the Orlando region for some reason.
We also want to, of course, do videos on like the speculation for logistics and the what
Yes.
are those things called?
We did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why we don't want to.
What am I thinking?
Code names.
Yes.
Like Codename Kid Next Door.
Yes.
By the way, that was a top tier show.
Anyway, we're gonna do videos for that and then live streams after the videos are posted in relation to that. So we don't want to like just talk about absolutely everything
we're
and
gonna
go for
jump
like
ahead.
hours and hours.
Do a 3-hour live stream today and then not do a live stream until, well, I was about to say not until Horror Nights does an announcements, which won't be until July. So
Also, Chris said that he's bummed out. We lost our sponsorship with Nikon webcam utility.
who said it's not over? We might have maybe upped the game where you might have a 30-second ad commercial come up,
Yeah, and it's Brian.
and it's actually coming up right now. And there you go, sponsored by nobody. So let's dive right into it real quick. All right. There's talks all over the Halloween Horror Nights community and all kinds of groups and forums and posts and all this kind of stuff of what people believe will be coming to the event, what people think will be coming to the event, what people say they know will be coming to the event. Nobody knows anything, obviously, until it is official. I know there are rumors and there's leaks and things that happen, but one thing I want to put out there is this. Everybody chill out, slow down, calm down, right? Nothing is official until stated by Halloween Horror Nights and Universal themselves.
Of course, always.
Period, right? Me and Steph are big, how do I put it? We're like police when it comes to this because I hate leaks. I'm going to use the word hate. I hate leaks and stuff. And this is when we're starting to get into this season where those rumors and those leaks and stuff could be happening. If you come across a leak, rumor, and anything and all that stuff, try to contain it, right? Try to contain the fire. Just because we like to keep the surprise special and stuff. That's what we think is, makes this season special for us, is letting Horror Nights have the ability to have the surprise for us so that we can get together and talk and be excited for it. So I just want to put that out there. Nothing that we say is official until stated, of course, by Halloween Horror Nights. So based on the last video that we did, which was the IPs and speculations and stuff, we named 5 properties. We had Five Nights at Freddy's, of course. I'm tired of saying that, to be honest.
I did like the idea several people have had about it being like the character dining and have it be like the pizza place. I think that'd be really cool.
The
I don't know that they'll do that.
Freddy
but
Fazbear's.
Yeah, I just can't see them doing that in a really like themed way, just because Louis, I'm sure they would do it in Louis, and they have to have it like normal. You good over there?
Yeah, my phone is just, it won't stop.
They have to have it in normal operation during the day. And they have a pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah, there's no way to have a transition for them.
They didn't do scare actor dining at all last year.
No, because I told them not to.
So, I don't know. I see them just not.
I do believe they need an actual like designated area to do scare actor dining. And I feel like, I mean, it was successful the last time it came back, and I think so because everybody was like, "Oh, it's back. We got to do it." I wonder if the attendance for that dropped off later in the season compared to the beginning of the season.
Probably.
Just because I know from some of the people we talked to, it wasn't. I know we're getting in a tangent here.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. We got
That's
an hour.
what these lives are for.
We got an hour, ladies and gentlemen. Settle in. But yeah, it's a lot of the people that I talked to and stuff, they said it wasn't worth it. I was one of those people too that I was kind of what's the word that I'm looking for? Underwhelmed. Perfect. Right on the dot. I was underwhelmed with the experience. It was fun, but it's like the food is it's nothing like crazy good, right? It's average.
And I feel like it's always kind of been like that. But you pay the extra for the scare actors and the interactions. And what we had was, I don't know, it just wasn't. It wasn't what it used to be when it was in Monsters.
And one thing I was going to mention too is the atmosphere. Sorry if you can hear that, by the way, in the back. The atmosphere, right? It's hard to replicate what Monsters was able to give us because it already had that setting, that very gloomy, dark, classic horror type of vibe.
You had all of the like memorabilia on the walls and stuff.
Yeah, the music also and all that stuff. And it was just dark. It was a perfect setting for it. And now, they didn't have that. So Horror Nights was like, okay, well, what do we do? They brought it to Louis, which I thought, hey, A for effort. They're trying. But it just didn't feel right. It didn't seem like
they don't have enough time from daytime operation to like really make it themed to where it feels like it's something more than just an expensive buffet.
I want to cut in real quick because I also want to say we did have another member just join us, Richie Rich, joining the Fright Club Beginners. Welcome aboard. Aboard. Hey, welcome aboard, man. Yeah, you gotta call that out on me because mine's so delayed. I see it here now.
I saw it and
Oh, okay.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. That's on me. I'll take the blame this time. But I wanted to say, like, I know we're still kind of getting on this tangent. We can probably talk 20 minutes of scare actor dining. I'm gonna put a pin on it and say we'll talk about it at some other point because we want to get in the properties. But this is what I'll say about scare actor dining. They need to have a set location for it. And what I mean by that is they need to create one. And they did it for Taste of the Terror.
We will have a lot of Monsters themed dining at Epic Universe.
Yeah, that's Epic Universe. Epic. Okay, I want to put this out there for everybody who's wanting Epic Universe to be involved with Halloween Horror Nights. Please stop. Please. No. Leave Epic to be Epic. I don't even think Universal wants Epic to be involved with Halloween Horror Nights. I think Universal and maybe even Islands Adventure, that's where Horror Nights should be. Should just take over that region. But I think leave Epic the way it is. They can even do like a daytime, like Halloween or a more family-friendly event if they wanted to. But anyways, let's get back to the properties. We were talking about Five Nights at Freddy's, right? Five Nights at Freddy's is one. Ghostbusters. Question is, what type?
What type of ghost?
Yeah, what type of ghost we get? And then the third one we had was, remind me, somebody, the video that we did, Beetlejuice. He said pale juice. Pale juice. Beetlejuice, right? The second one, Beetlejuice, which hits theaters this year later on. Then we did Nightmare on Elm Street, which is a lower tiered house for us. Really, there's only two reasons why we think that one will come to the event. And then the fifth one, which I think is one of those that we should all expect as classic monsters. And which one exactly? Which we will also dive into that pretty extensively today, the classic monsters. I love you turn, you laugh, and I'm like, what do you laugh? I can't see.
No,
what are you laughing
I
at?
agree with everybody about like those three. Five Nights at Freddy's, Ghostbusters. That's mine.
Here, turn it. Okay, that's fine. I would say like take it off.
It's way over there.
Where?
It's on the
I heard
Five
your phone
Nights at
vibrate.
Freddy's.
That's weird.
Ghostbusters and Beetlejuice are all like PG-13 properties that would have like virtually no gore and are pretty like.
Who doesn't say that Ghostbusters Frozen Empire doesn't have gore in it? I know.
Like, I'm totally fine with having like a PG-13 or a campy house, like one per year. But to have 3, that would definitely be too much.
And to be honest, too, out of the 10 houses, I wouldn't mind 2 of them being in, where one was like an original and another was like an IP. I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But then, like, excuse me, if I had to put it like on a scale, right, of where you got your like extreme, like hardcore haunt gore over here and your very campy PG-13 style, if you have 10 houses, I feel like you need 2 over here, 2 over here, and then you have a nice balance.
Just being inappropriate.
Oh my gosh. Scale 1 to 10. You got stuff on this side, you got stuff on that side, and there's a mixture between.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
It's been a long day, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to let you know.
It has.
When Steph gets like this, it means she's ready for bed.
But yes, we didn't mention it in the video, but I would love to see Fall of the House of Usher. We talked about this last live. I think that would be, it's probably, if it comes to the event, it's probably going to be like my most anticipated, honestly. Depending on what else.
No. I period. I agree with you. That one would be a solid one. And that's one of those that's more on the extreme side for certain scenes. That's where I think, you get a property like that to balance out. Let's say Five Nights came to the event. Five Nights at Freddy's, Fall of the House of Usher. You got those two. Oh my God. Irfan Gafur with a $4.99 said, "You guys are amazing." By the way, first super chat ever saying you guys are super amazing. I might have added the super part in there. So I'm excited to be a part of the Fright Club, and we're excited to have you a part of us. I'm sorry that I ruined your first super chat there. Stephanie's all over the place over here with
I'm sorry.
the mind games. We're going to try to reel it
we
back
also got another one right away. Marshmallow Adventures with a $4.99. How do we become a member?
Yeah, it's funny because I was trying to get to this before Steph had her mind go off in the days there. I saw a comment earlier of them asking, and then they became, they didn't become a member. They then did a super chat asking how to become a member.
Sorry about that. You didn't have to.
Yeah, you didn't have to do that, but we appreciate it. But yeah, so all you got to do is you go to our main page, and I think you have to do it on a desktop. If you go to our main page on YouTube and stuff, where you see our front page and all that, on the right where it says subscribe and all that stuff, there's a button that says join. If you click that, it'll show you all the process and steps on how to do that.
Yeah.
And if you need any more help, please don't super chat us for it. Like we'll get to it. Just like spam in the chat. We'll get to it to help you out.
Yeah.
I don't want you spending money for that. We got you. Okay, so
I was gonna go off on a comment about another property, but do you want to stick to the ones that we talked about?
I'd love to stick to the schedule if we can.
Go ahead.
We still have to talk about the original schedule after we've been on here for 25 minutes.
Wait, okay, you guys,
Never
YouTube changed the way that like live streams do ads. Are you guys getting ads when you normally didn't?
No,
Because I've seen a few people say ads.
Are they getting ads?
Oh, people are saying they're getting a lot of ads.
Wait, what? How? Hold up,
Wait,
guys.
what?
All right, hold up. All right. I'm texting YouTube and I'm telling them to go die. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to get canceled now. Honestly, so what happened was when we started setting up the live stream, it asked me if we wanted to monetize our live stream. And I said no. Every time we set it up, I don't originally set it up for monetization until after, so we don't have any issues with ads. But then it asked me if it wanted us to add ads, and I said no ads, and it said we will continuously add ads. Then I said no.
Add ads.
So I don't know, but I'm gonna dive in. So give me 1 second, guys.
It won't let me edit it while it's
Of
while we're
course.
live. Wait, maybe it will.
I'm gonna take care of it.
Right here.
Let me do it.
No. I found it.
Oh, you found it?
Do you want me to just turn monetization off?
Scroll down. Hold up. Turn the. Let me.
Because the only
I'm gonna do it right here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a live stream where you see things happen in live time. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of it. I got it right here. Yeah, let me do this.
That's the same page that I'm on.
I know, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna choose them. Boom. Boom. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, if another ad pops up
Let us know.
while we're live, please let me know, and we will ban our channel
Also,
from YouTube.
we would definitely be sponsored by Domino's. I don't know what Torino's pizza
Whoa.
rolls are,
Be cool.
but
Be careful now. Don't tell everybody how much Domino's we eat
we
here.
do like Domino's.
It's because it's right down the road. It's dangerous. We eat a lot of pizza. Southbridge Films knows that too.
Fun Guy said they got an ad for Meats.
Also, Javier said, I love how the live stream is going according to Brian's plan. Little did you know, this is actually my plan for today. That we're going to go an hour long talking about the 5 properties we want to talk about and never talk about them so we can save them to the next live stream. All right, let's get back to business. All right.
Back on track.
For how long? Five Nights at Freddy's. First house, right? Everybody's kind of saying this is the house that's gonna be. This is the kind of the shoe in the door, if you will, or the foot in the door, whatever.
Shoe-in.
Whatever. Shoe in. I'm not good with phrases like that.
No, you're not.
I have never been good. I'm like the Michael Scott. Oh, the turntables.
Yeah.
I really am. I'm bad at phrases or whatever.
Yeah, phrases.
Thanks, stuff. So anyways, Five Nights at Freddy's. A lot of people think that this one is it's got the highest possibility and chance of being there. I will, to a good extent, agree.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know this was a property done by Blumhouse. I have a feeling that Blumhouse is going to be at Horror Nights again this year in multiple
Iterations.
ways. Yeah, iterations, better word.
Which Blumhouse has a lot of movies last year and this year. So they could pick from a whole host of different movies. But we know that Five Nights has a built-in fan base already. And
Not like Horror Nights needs more of a crowd.
no.
Yeah.
And it's already made them how much money. They know that people are gonna the only thing that I could see being an issue is like Blumhouse wanting more money for that property because they know it would be more popular for Horror Nights, and then Horror Nights, not agreeing to how much money they want. But that's literally the only thing that I can think of. Or the animatronics / costumes being too difficult to do.
I think when it comes to looking at a layout of a house, Five Nights is very easy to do as a house. I think that one is extremely easy to replicate into a house at Horror Nights. So, like, for instance, if you guys notice, we're sniffing a lot. The weather has been amazing here in Florida, but it's been up and down. And so everybody's been getting sick. So if we sound sick, we are. But yeah, I think, it's so easy to see Five Nights, go into a haunted house at Horror Nights just for the fact that the layout is very easy. It's very simple. They could do the big bulky costumes and stuff of like the animatronics. And then, of course, have a couple of victims kind of in there.
I don't know if the costumes would end up looking right. I mean, we'll see.
Here's the thing. The costumes are very simple, though. There's not much detail to them. Think about detail-wise, right?
Yeah.
You can have somebody in the costume, and they're just wearing a black morph suit, and then you just put
The pieces.
two pieces on them, to replicate they look like the animatronics. I think the costume is actually very simple in detail. The problem is functionality, in my opinion, with how big they are to put them into like boo holes and have the ability for them to kind of pop out properly.
That was what I was nervous about with Killer Clowns being a house, but they did that really well. So I don't know. Could work as long as it's not like Vecna's pajamas all over again.
Yeah, no, the Vecna costumes. I'm sorry, I was not digging the Vecna costumes last year for the Stranger Things house. Just the Stranger Things house in general. Here's the thing too: when we start launching our podcast episodes, which we should be soon, when we start launching those episodes and doing more live streams, we'll be breaking down like those houses and details and bashing things, as some people would say. Even though it's not really bashing, we just look at things that could be improved on. Because
discussing.
Yes, because I feel like there's might be some people from Universal Horror Nights watching this, and they're just like, these people they hate on it. It's like, no. We like it's gonna be hard to find people who love Horror Nights more than us, and I know there are people out there. There are some huge fans out there, but we love Horror Nights. It's just we want to make sure that everything is done to the best that it can be. Period. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's. Like I really don't want to spend too much time on that, just because I feel like everybody's been talking about it. We've all been saying it could be coming to the event. I feel like it has the best chance because Blumhouse, and in our last video, they did even mention in one of their New Year's wish list posts, they said, go to Halloween Horror Nights. What other company or anything else said that? You know, so like Blumhouse, obviously, good relationship with Universal, more than likely going to see Five Nights, if not at least to some capacity. I know some people mentioned like Scare Act Dining. We could see them there. Maybe at the Peacock Bar, you can have like some photo ops, things like that, and see the Five Nights at Freddy's, the animatronics or whatever, in some capacity there, like we did last year. They were last year at Hollywood, and they were on display there. So to some capacity, we could probably see them, and then maybe have another Blumhouse feature be what was to be like the house, or maybe we don't get a Blumhouse house at all this year. Maybe we just get a scare zone, and we get a Blumhouse scare zone like we've had in the past, and that opens up a spot for a house without having Blumhouse featured as a house, which I don't know if that's the route they're going to go, because the relationship they have, if they could fill a house spot and have like the sponsorship and the help with Blumhouse, they're 100% absolutely going to do it. It's just easier than being like, oh, we have to go find another IP, or we have to create another original house, which will cost. Yeah. So yeah. So what do you guys think? Can you put in the poll? Can we create a poll here, Miss Smith?
Yeah.
Can we create a poll to see what percentage of audience thinks that Five Nights at Freddy's is going to come to Horror Nights? So, ladies and gentlemen, Steph is putting in the chat a poll for you guys right now. Do you guys think that Five Nights at Freddy's is going to be coming to Halloween Horror Nights this year? Also, I feel like this is too close. There we go. And we'll see the percentage. So that one's up there for you guys to vote on. We got yeses, or 100%, I guess you could say, or nas. I also can't see the votes. That's all you. So you'll be in charge of that.
Jason Smith said yes, but we don't want it.
Oh, that should have been another one.
Coming as a house for the poll specifically.
Yeah, this is for a house. We're going to just keep this specific to houses. So while that's going up for you guys to vote for Five Nights at Freddy's, we'll move on to the second house, which is one that I'm extremely excited about. And that is Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is celebrating its 40th anniversary from its release in 1984. I believe December... Does anybody know the exact date of the first film? Was it December 12th, 1984? Or December 5th? I want to see. Steph is researching who could beat Steph, if anybody knows.
June 8th.
I was close. December. Why did I say December then?
I don't know.
I said December. It's not even December.
June 8th.
Oh, man. Well, June 8th. Okay. Wait. 1984, right? June 8th, 1984. Okay. So, yeah. A summer blockbuster. Yeah, that's right. So, so Ghostbusters, the original, is celebrating its 40th anniversary this year. And we also have, in just a few weeks, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, the second installment to the, you called what, the Legacy franchise, like,
yeah,
kind of like trilogy or whatever they're doing with it right now going on. We watched not Frozen Empire, but Afterlife when it came out. And I will say I was actually shockingly impressed with it.
We were not going in expecting much. We were like, they're going to ruin this. And then we watched it and we were like, Not bad.
Like I had a good time. It felt
I
like
loved-
modern Ghostbusters,
I loved
but
the little Stay Puft
Stay Puft.
marshmallow men. Like the little ones. They're cute.
in like the dark ways of how they were like
Yeah.
being killed. It was like, oh, but they're just like always like just unaware of the situation in a way. It was kind of like, oh, it's like that dark humor stuff.
Yeah.
It's Steph's favorite thing in the world. It's dark humor.
Yes. It is basically Stranger Things with marshmallows, which is why it's good.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I mean, so we saw Afterlife, and it was very enjoyable. I had a good time. I went in with no expectations, but really hoping for it to do well. And it did well. It did well. It met my expectations on the film. It actually exceeded that just because I had them low, and I had a good time for it.
And this was the question that we had as well. If Ghostbusters is coming, will they skip over Afterlife and go straight to Frozen Empire, or do both in one house? And my first thought was both in one house. That's just like what I would assume. But I don't know. I feel like it'd be kind of weird if they just skip over Afterlife.
I agree.
But it's been so long.
Could you also end the poll real quick?
Yeah.
What was the percentage?
89% yes,
For 5 Nights?
11% no.
Okay, cool. So there you go. Yeah, majority of.
Yeah, I feel like it's been so long since Afterlife to just have an Afterlife house, but it's also, it would be weird to not have Frozen Empire. So I feel like they'd do both. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
To be honest though, I really, I Afterlife has to be in some way, in my opinion, because of the fact that, like, if you skip it, and let's say they do Frozen Empire, and they're like, oh, we plan to do more Ghostbusters because there may be more Ghostbusters films coming out in the future, depending on Frozen Empire. How can you skip Afterlife, do Frozen Empire, and then you're like, should we go and do Afterlife now? It just kind of feel a little out of order, feel a little weird. So I don't see them doing that. Granted, there's no rule saying that they can't. I mean,
Yeah.
they could. I just don't think in human nature it feels right to do that. And I don't think that's what they will. So if they were to do a house, Afterlife, I think would be a good one to go for. Absolutely 100%. However, I feel like Frozen Empire has a better chance at being a house than Afterlife. And when we were doing our video, when we released it last week, if you guys recognize, Steph mentioned that it's themed in New York. So it would be perfect to do what I call a little collaboration of a scare zone in a house and have it right there in New York, and have the Ecto 1, which we know is on its way to Universal. It may already be there, actually. And have that like outside, like they did with the Killer Clowns house back in 2019, where they had the was it the ice cream truck, or what am I thinking of? What's the name of it? You know what I'm talking about. The Killer Clowns truck that they had.
Mhm.
My allergy's so bad. But they can have the Ecto 1 out there making, its little noise and stuff with all the little gadgets it's got. Like all that kind of stuff. And we can see Frozen Empire, because it might be easier to reconstruct that into a house due to the fact of having the buildings and the designs for that with the taller structures, and kind of get you in a room like that. And then it would perfectly follow with the release of the film being in March, which I think is perfect, because it's one of those, like, you let the film happen, right? And then you let that build for some time, and then it dies off just enough that you have an announcement to build that back up with conversations and topics on Ghostbusters. And then a month or two later, boom, you're Halloween Horror Nights, and it's featured there at the event. So you kind of keep Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, relevant to just daily conversation for multiple months, versus kind of letting the wave kind of fade out completely. You kind of keep that going and keep it balanced for the year. I think that would be good. But I would love to see at least some maybe nod to Afterlife, maybe like a scene or two that's from Afterlife, and then transitions into Frozen Empire as the majority of the house. Because I'll let that slide then if they were to do something like that.
Yeah, and as far as the car that's coming to the park, it definitely could just be part of the summer tribute store if they decide to do Ghostbusters as the summer tribute store, which would be cool. I would love
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So that is definitely a possibility. We also heard, I don't know, was that announced, the parade?
It's happening. It's like there's patents and stuff and out there in Universal.
But it's not like an
there's
official
nothing like
announcement.
Yeah, there's nothing like, I think, official.
So it could be part of that as well.
Yeah, which we'll talk about that, I think, later in the stream too, where we get more into details about that. But here's one thing I want to know. In chat, let me know. Spam in the chat one if you guys love Ghostbusters and wouldn't mind to see more presence of Ghostbusters at the theme parks for Universal. Or spam two if you guys just simply don't care for Ghostbusters. Like,
why was Ghostbusters like such a big part of the park and then like not? I know I looked it up and they're owned by Sony, or the movie Frozen Empire is distributed by Sony. But did it used to be? Actually, I can look. Which that's Sony as well. So I don't know. Maybe they just had an agreement with them for a long time that maybe it just like expired. I don't know.
And it's like, I don't know. I'm looking at the chat right now and I see a good amount of ones, but I also see a good amount of twos. And
What was 2 for?
They don't care about Ghostbusters really.
Oh.
And I'm not gonna lie to y'all twos. I'm a little disappointed in you guys. I'm a little disappointed. HK Grim Sniper, Kamara, you're in the Fright Club too.
We love Ghostbusters.
What are y'all
this
doing?
House.
Come on. Chris said twos were to override my ban. No. Also, I do want to say this too. Chris, shout out to Chris Does Things, by the way, with this comment right here. Real talk, retheme Minion Blast to Ghostbusters.
See, I like that idea.
Yes.
And I kind of agree with like the people saying, I know Kamara said it's not gory enough, which I agree with for HHN. I like the Ghostbusters house when we had it a few years ago. I do think that it was not scary, so I wouldn't want it like too much at HHN, but to just have it in Universal, yes.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Like for like daily operations, I would love that.
I would love for them to bring Ghostbusters back to the parks daily, of course. But the other thing too is that and like I get like Ghostbusters, right? Yeah, it's not gory, it's not really scary. It's just a fun type of horror, right? It's just fun. It's not even really like horror, but it is, right? I don't think, because I know I've had a lot of conversations recently. Excuse me, I am struggling with heartburn, allergies. It's been rough.
It's falling apart.
I am. I got my coffin being made right now and shipped to the house so I can finally get some slumber. So Ghostbusters though, like, and I know I've been having a lot of people talk with me recently about this, where they say that, you know, HHN needs to be scarier, needs to be more gorier. And like, I agree with you, but there has to be a balance. Not, in my opinion, not every single house, all 10 haunted houses needs to be top scariest house with the most score and stuff. I think you need to have a balance, because horror, the genre of horror isn't just top scares, absolute terrifying, and bloody and all that. That's not what horror is. You know, you go to like the horror makeup show at Universal, it shows you all these different types of horror. I think that's what Horror Nights needs to be. It needs to be that well balance of these different genres, where you have one that's like extremely terrifying, bloody and gory, but then you have ones that are campy and fun, and then you get the others that are like paranormal and spooky, and then you get your typical tropes and the cultural ones. I feel like you need a balance of that.
And this is why we just, well, Brian didn't watch it, but I rewatched Renfield last night, and
Yes.
I think it would be a great campy house.
Absolutely.
The only issue is we have gotten so much Dracula that I think some people would be like, oh, another Dracula house. But
I agree though.
But
as big fans
no,
of Dracula.
I agree too. I agree too. But I love a good like horror comedy, and when like campy houses are done right, they're really good.
Yeah,
And I think
they're
that
the
would be a fun, campy, but also gory, like camp house.
Yeah. And to be honest, a good example of that, and I think Stephanie's all-time favorite house, Slaughter Cinema, was like that. That's your comedic horror type of vibe, which a lot of people love. There was still a lot of gore in the house in certain scenes. And then you look at like
Good jump scares too.
and good jump scares. And then you look at Yeti for both Yeti houses. Those are supposed to be comedic in a way. The most recent one we had last year, Yeti Campground Kills. Because I keep wanting to say Terror of the Yukon, but no.
That's the snow
Campground
one.
Kills, yes, 2019. But last year's Campground Kills one, that was a comedic type of house. I mean, it really was. When you look at all the details that they put in there, the retirement home and all that stuff, and these big Yetis just come and ravage it. It's creating a scene that is supposed to just kind of be like, it's dark humor, it's just funny, right? It's stupid. But there's the gore, there's the terrifying element of these Yetis are actually terrifying up close and personal because they're huge and they look scary, and they are. But the scene and the atmosphere of like, you killed my Buford or whatever, she said coming out with the frying pan, like she was going to fight this Yeti, and the Yeti was like backing up like, no. That's the whole point. That's what I mean, where it's like, you need to have that balance in the event where not everything's supposed to be straightforward and bleak and dark. Have that balance in there.
Do you keep hearing the like?
I heard it.
But I'm not getting any notifications. If anybody's sending a super chat and we're not like reading it, let us know.
Yeah, and
Because
also
we
like
haven't seen any.
they might have also subscribed. Like if we got a new subscriber,
Oh.
I may not be getting notifications on that on the stream.
It does that?
Maybe.
Oh,
Yeah. See,
cool.
Javier said someone subscribed. Yeah, I think that's what it might have
Oh,
been.
okay.
I didn't see it.
Cool. Well, thanks for subscribing.
Whoever you were, who are you? Where
Welcome.
are you? Welcome. No, we're not denying the Domino's ad. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying we shall not speak of it. Okay, so
Should we vote on?
Oh, Marshmallow Adventures subscribe. Hey, thank you, Marshmallow
Welcome.
Adventures. Appreciate you.
Should we vote on Ghostbusters?
Yeah. Put a poll up. I want to see what y'all think. Steph's gonna put a poll up in the chat for you guys.
I'm gonna do an option for no, and then an option for just Frozen Empire, and then an option for both.
Afterlife and Frozen Empire is what you mean. I want to know while this is going up on the poll right now that Steph's putting it up there for y'all. Do we think, and I want to see you guys spam this in the chat as well, do we think we're getting Ghostbusters as in the newer films, or do you think we're getting Ghostbusters as the older ones? 2019, we got the original one, but do you think we could potentially see one of the following films from Ghostbusters and we don't get these newer iterations instead? Because, for instance,
No.
well, hear me out. I got a reason for this too. When we got Halloween, not last year, was it the year before? Yes,
Yes.
for 31. My mind's blanking. When we got Halloween for HHN 31, I was genuinely thinking like, okay, we're gonna get a follow-up one, or we might finally get one of the newer films that was partnered with Blumhouse, which, hey, could be one of the Blumhouse houses this year. I doubt it, but that's what I was thinking. We might potentially be able to see those, the Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends, and see that trilogy come to Halloween Horror Nights. But instead, we just got the first one again, and we had that house twice now within 10 years. So I look at it, it's like, could we get potentially Ghostbusters, and it's one of the following films from the original 1984 one versus the newer adaptations that we're getting now? And it's just, it keeps that old nostalgic vibe of Ghostbusters versus making the modern take on it. I want to know what you guys think. Spam in the chat ones if you guys think we're keeping, well, like we're talking the newer iterations, like these recent ones, and spam two if you guys think we're going to get one of the older films. As well as the polls up, and I know you guys have been voting.
Yes.
What do you think, Steph? What is your take on that?
I honestly would prefer to just see it as a summer tribute store and not at HHN.
So you just say no Ghostbusters. So you even vote one or two. You voted three.
I don't know. I just like, I think I agree that like if we're gonna get Five Nights, I don't want another like.
Okay, here we are. Ready? Five Nights at Freddy's does not exist.
I would rather get Ghostbusters over Five Nights, but
we're speaking just Ghostbusters. Period. Don't even think of the other logistics of like other houses. Ghostbusters itself. If it comes to the event, do you think we're gonna get the newer adaptations?
New ones for sure.
You think the new ones are the
Yes.
ones? Okay. But yeah, I agree. Out of the two, if we can have like one of these kind of be that kind of campier, subtle horror, my vote's with Ghostbusters all day, every day.
I do like Ghostbusters. I just, if they can do it the way that they did it in, what was it, 2019, then I'd be happy with that. But can they do it twice? I don't know. Their track record with Stranger Things says otherwise. That's my thought. And then, I guess moving on from that, I'm going to end the poll. The results are 15% no, 32% Frozen Empire only, 50% Afterlife and Frozen Empire, and then 3% Afterlife only. So, Afterlife and Frozen Empire won. And then moving on from that, we got a super chat from Colby for $1.99. Thank you.
Colby.
Thoughts on a possible Major Sweets house? Could be cool.
It's like, do I want to talk about this now, or do we want to save it for the video that we have saved for this? Here's my thoughts. I'll get into it.
Just give a quick.
Yeah, I'll get into it real quick. What do we think about Major Suites? I think there is a potential future with Major Suites at Halloween Horror Nights. Do we see it as a haunted house? Yes, I could see that. Do we see it as a scare zone? Yes, I can see that again.
Another scare zone?
Yes, absolutely. But this time we're not at a parade. We're at the candy factory. But I could see certain iterations of Major Suites kind of returning to the event in some form. I think there's a possibility. I don't think or want to see it this year. I don't think this is the year for it.
I agree.
That is kind of my opinion on it. But I do think in the future there will be a time to bring Major Suites back, because I do think there is a little bit of a fan following with him.
Yeah.
To the point where like Horror Nights could kind of expand into the story of him, where it would still attract fans to be interested in that storyline. Under one condition, sticking with if you guys remember what our theme for this year is, if you guys were at our last live stream, is Fork in the Road. This year's theme at Halloween Horror Nights is called Fork in the Road. What route is Horror Nights going to take? And, this is kind of a good super chat to bring up, Kobe, because Major Suites is kind of in that realm. Major Suites will work coming to Halloween Horror Nights again if Horror Nights gets their act together with announcement season. If they fail again, and I'm using the word fail, and they may hate this, they're like, "Argh." No, like if they fail with announcement season, if they drop the ball, then I don't think it will work at all. And I think we will have a situation with the Pumpkin Lord like we did for HH and 31. You need to feed into these original characters and give them that backstory, get that build up, make announcement season and speculation season. They know they have this special season that no other event has. They know they have this with this fan base. Build upon that so that when the event comes to, fruition and stuff, like we can actually like fully enjoy it to its max potential, versus just kind of brushing it off and be like, all right, well, we went a couple times, we're done. Anyways, that's my thought. There you go. I hope that answers your question. So anyways, yeah, so Ghostbusters, there we go. We talked about that. I could talk about Ghostbusters for another hour, to be honest, because I really like the idea of them replacing Minion VillainCon last and thing. Imagine it being Ghostbusters and you're given the proton packs on your back, and then you have the gun, and then it's on the screen and you're just sliming and blasting and all. That would be fun. And maybe it's even so interactive too, about like Slimer and all the stuff, like they throw the marshmallow stuff. You get like maybe hit with like little water sprays and stuff like that. They have visual effects in the room, so it's not just screens. They have visual effects of like boxes like having like sparks and explosions and stuff, and you're all in there. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, sign me up. Okay, so anyways. Yeah, Javier also said 5-minute wait the other day for VillainCon, a new ride. I know. That land is...
Jorge.
What did I say?
I said Javier.
Oh, Jorge. Yes, Jorge. So the third property now, keeping on to that list that we did for the last video. Never mind. Pause.
Sorry, I just wanted to... I've thought about this a few times, and we haven't talked about it, but Mr. Disney King commented, I'm surprised there's no talk of Last of Us Part 2 coming back. I am also surprised about that.
I've seen one person talk about it. This was back in December.
Why is nobody talking about that? Because, like, there's a Part 2 game.
Yes, and
they're making another season.
Yes, and if you guys remember, too, last year when we did have The Last of Us at HHN, on one of the directional maps that's throughout the park, it said Part 1. And I remember saying, like, don't think too much about that. Like, just don't. But it could also be hinting towards, like, this is Part 1, and we might get Part 2.
Do we think that it's just too soon for another one, like 2 years in a row?
No, I don't think.
I mean, the game is not brand new, so it's not like oh, we need to capitalize on it now.
Okay, let me ask you this question: do you think it's too soon?
Yes.
Do you think that it hasn't happened before? Because I'll name one property, and that's The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Right. Even like Blumhouse.
Oh, I guess
Blumhouse. But
Part 2 is boring. So maybe people don't really care that much for Part 2.
Yeah, maybe not. Game. But here's the thing, like, if you're a Last of Us fan, like, would you still like go to the event because The Last of Us Part 2 is there? Like, would you still do it? Did you love The Last of Us house from last year? Did you love it enough to say, like, if they do that for the second part, I'm coming to the event?
Personally, no. But I know a lot of people that did love that house. So
also, Brittany just said HHN with hearts. Yes.
We agree.
Straight, you know, that, okay, we need to do a live stream soon in the future where it's just us chanting Horror Nights. Not just, okay, come on. You know what I mean. Not just like Horror Nights, Horror Nights, Horror Nights. Not like that. I mean, like, just kind of like, you know what? Here, this is what we'll do. In the future, we'll do a live stream where we have no schedule. We have nothing that, like, no topics. We're just going to want to talk about why we love Horror Nights, why you guys love Horror Nights, what you guys don't, and just kind of break down, like, what was a moment that you guys loved that made you fall in love with Horror Nights. That's what I want to know. Like, what made people fall in love with it? Because everyone's story is so different. And for everybody that we met at the event for the past few years, every time we talk to them, everybody's story is different. You know, houses, scare zones, food, theme, the content creators. There's so many different reasons to it. So, yeah, like, hey, can everybody just start spamming HHN in the chat real quick? Who's a true Halloween Horror Nights fan? Because, first of all, if you're here watching us right now in this live stream in February, the day before Couples Day, what is it called?
You tell me.
I did. It was in the form of a question of what is it? Anyways, before Valentine's Day, we have people here listening to two weirdos talk about Halloween Horror Nights, a Halloween-themed event in February.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to y'all. But yeah, so there's the HHNs in the chat. See, I love it. Just let you guys know, we are one of those people where every single day we talk about Halloween Horror Nights. I don't think there has been a day where I've not talked about. When was the last day you think passed where Horror Nights was not mentioned?
I don't know, but you say this on every live stream.
And I will continue to state this in every other live stream. So anyways, did you talk about HHN on Christmas Day? Absolutely.
Probably.
I woke up and I said, Happy Halloween.
McBain, member for 5 months. Thank you. Thank you.
The way you say thank you, I don't know how you... Thank you. Thank you.
Late to the party and can't stay. Look forward to watching later.
All good, my man. Thanks for joining in real quick, my man. 5 months, by the way. Fright Club legend. A legend in the Fright Club. McBain. I feel like, so next time you say McBain, you need to say with, like, McBain.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Get out of here. Go home. I was molded by it. Okay, so anyways, I don't know where we were going. I think we were talking about The Last of Us. Part 2, I think it's potential. I don't think it's going to be this year, but I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did that. I will say this: if they did part 2 this year, I have a feeling they might be low on maybe not ideas, but properties to use. Where like I feel like it's kind of a cop out, but it still could work. I still could see part 2 coming to the event.
Unless they had, I feel like that would have been something that they like kind of agreed to before part 1. Like I feel like they would have had like the contract saying like you're gonna do part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, the conversation was that like, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it was just like they did part 1. That's actually probably the best point to make. I don't think they just did, and we're not calling this part 1 because it's not part 1. They did The Last of Us house and it was themed in the Pittsburgh area, like that part of the game. I don't think if they had in mind to do more that they didn't already discuss that in the beginning.
Yeah.
But maybe it was just, let's just do it. Let's bring it to the event. That'd be cool to see it. And they did it. And they're happy with it. I don't know. If they were planning to do it, I think they would have already talked about it well in advance.
Maybe they have. Yeah.
Maybe they are right now.
And for some reason,
Neil, we have an idea. Part 2.
And for some reason, everybody in the HHN community is just not talking about it. And HHN's like, oh no, do they not want it?
They're probably like, this is perfect. Oh my God. We might get away with this one. Finally.
No, I feel like they'd be nervous. Like, why isn't anybody talking about it? Do they not want it? Did they not like the first one?
Did you guys like the first?
Maybe that's just the way my brain works.
That's like how you are. Why is... Did I do something wrong? Do they not like me? Except we haven't even said hi to them yet. Something's wrong. Somebody looked at me. Okay, so anyways, that's The Last of Us. I think it'll be a good conversation to have, though, at some point. I haven't seen any discussions from anybody really except for December. It was early December when I saw that last conversation. It's up there. I think people are really focusing on Ghostbusters and Five Nights. I think that's really where the focus is on right now. Mm-hmm. But speaking of another house,
let's move on.
We'll move on.
We're already at an hour.
Ooh, sweet. That's the end of our live stream. We said just an hour. That's all we
Goodbye.
needed. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow. What was the third house?
Beetlejuice. You keep forgetting that one.
Because I'm not allowed to say the name.
Which honestly, I don't blame you because I personally do not want to see this as a house. Sorry. I mean, we'll see. We haven't seen the movie yet. I just didn't love the first house.
The first house was fun. It was great. The design was amazing. It just never had scare actors when we went in.
Yeah, I guess that was the biggest issue.
It was the same reason that The Weeknd dropped for me. Because every time we went, it wasn't really filled. And that's the same thing with The Last of Us too. It just felt like it was missing the scare actors.
Yeah, I guess that's true. If they had it filled all the time and the scare actors had a lot of energy,
yeah,
then we probably would have liked the Beetlejuice house.
Absolutely. Because we did when we first went through it in HHN Light during 2020. Remember that? So with Beetlejuice, I'm not against it coming to the event. I wouldn't mind it.
I personally am nervous for the movie.
I'm terrified for the movie. Okay, so any movie, and it seems like all the movies that we have been getting recently have been from old classics that people loved, because it seems like nobody can come up with an original idea anymore. It seems like they're like, we're gonna do this, and we're like, please don't. Like,
we're like,
it's
no.
like,
what if it's bad?
Yeah, like please, like don't. Like if you're gonna do it, please spend your entire life savings on it. Make sure it's the absolute best, because we don't want something that's crap. I'm gonna put it that way. Like we don't want something that's crap, because then you're gonna ruin that name for us.
Or a money grab.
Yeah, or even a money grab, Blumhouse. So it's like, can we please like?
Well, yeah. I mean, you have like Top Gun Maverick, which was great, and everybody loved it, and that's fine. If you do a legacy sequel and it's good, great. But if it's obviously a money grab that they're just, you know, not putting a lot of money or effort into just to get people in seats and buying the movie, then like that's annoying because it's a, you know, a property that's so like beloved, and then they're kind of like tarnishing the name by, you know, making something that's not great. But if you make something that it is really good, awesome.
How do you judge knowing whether it's gonna be good or not? And I say Top Gun 2 a lot, Maverick, right? A lot of people love that movie, right? Here's the reason. Don't watch the movie. Go watch the production of the movie. Go look at what they did to film it, to get it.
Yes, and that's
how you see, like, in my opinion, that's how you see hard work, that they're putting everything they got into making this good.
And Top Gun Maverick is an example of that because they did a lot of like crazy stuff for that movie.
Like all of it was like practical.
Yeah.
I mean, they like rehearsed it. They went out there. It was dangerous, but they put like all this into it. And I mean, go like watch that.
And go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. When you, all I'm gonna say is when you see that kind of work versus kind of like what a lot of other companies and productions have been doing, where they cut corners and do just CGI, just throw it in there, and they make it really quick and they try to put it together. You can tell it doesn't feel finished. And I feel like that's what a lot has been.
And I think that's the big issue with like a lot of, you know, older movies getting like reprisals or legacy sequels. The issue is like it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like it's part of that universe because the older movies were all practical, and like a lot of the legacy sequels that we haven't enjoyed are just like they utilize the CGI a little too much, and it's not great CGI. So then it just kind of like takes you out of that. Like it doesn't feel like it's the same movie.
It doesn't flow well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to Beetlejuice real quick.
Yes, Top Gun Maverick is the next IP.
That's what we're trying to tell y'all. All right. But yeah, get back to Beetlejuice. I think what's more interesting is this. Whether it's going to be a house or not, for this year, I don't care. If it does, cool. Make it good. Fill it with scare actors. Fill it. Hold up. Heartburn. Imprisoning me. All that. Okay. I'm still having heartburn. Okay. My interesting kind of debate in my head that I've been having is, let's imagine it is going to be a house this year at the event, right? Let's say yes. Beetlejuice is going to be a house at this year's event, right? Let's play this scenario. Because the film comes out, September 5th, right? I think September 5th, right? When is the opening night of Halloween Horror Nights going to be? Because if they do that house, are we going to get a scenario where we had with The Exorcist Believer, where the movie came out after Horror Nights already started, but the house was actually kind of like a live adaptation of the trailer? Or do we get something where if Horror Nights starts that weekend before, they're like, you know what? Let's make it the house. And if you come see the house, you're getting a good old sneak peek at what the film's going to be. But it's not, obviously you can't really see the film by going through a haunted house. You just see bits and pieces, and they kind of put like the popular parts where you're like, we got to go see that film. Like that part was really cool. Or it could really turn around and bite them in the butt by going, that sucked. Maybe the film is even worse.
I feel like it's, even if it does like come out after opening weekend, I think it's so close to opening weekend that it doesn't necessarily need to be like just the trailer. It doesn't need to be like spoiler free or anything like that. But now that I'm thinking about it, like Exorcist Believer, I don't feel like it was just the trailer as a house.
No.
Like, did the trailer have that opening scene where they're in like the other country? I forget where they were.
Jamaica.
Like the trailer didn't have that. Maybe I don't remember the trailer very well. I don't know. Ignore me. But
I don't know. It might have like, I don't know. Actually, do you guys remember real quick? Hold up.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Neither here nor there.
It's right now.
What I'm trying to say is that I think they would just do it as they would any other IP house, not like a trailer. especially because the only time they've done like the trailer sort of thing is when it's a movie that they own. You know what I mean?
Like Black Phone, which they don't.
Blumhouse.
Yeah, but Universal doesn't own Blumhouse, right? No. I can hear that. Yeah, so what I'm trying to say though is like, because if it does come to the event, right? Because the film is September 5th, what kind of version are we seeing of this house? And does it state that if they're like, yes, this is going to be exactly what the house is, and you're going to have spoilers and all that?
The Black Phone, distributed by Universal Pictures.
Distributed, yes. Yes.
Yeah, they have stake in it.
Yeah, distributed, yes. Yes. Yeah, I was agreeing. I was like, yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Anyways, going back to what I was saying, though. What if they're going to do the entire house exactly like the movie? So if you see the house, you're obviously getting spoiled to what the movie is going to be. However, it's stating that not the August 30th that a lot of people think that Horror Nights is going to start is the opening date, but instead that following week in September will be the opening weekend. And I know I had a conversation with somebody in January about this. It was mid-January, and we were talking about the opening weekend of Halloween Horror Nights, and they asked me, when do you think the opening night of Halloween Horror Nights is? And I'm like, I think it's either this or that. I don't really know, because I'm kind of split, because I have devil's advocate for both, right? What happens if we start here? What happens if we start there? I genuinely believe that Horror Nights should not start in August. I'm gonna stay true to my guns and my statement when I say that. I said that last year, and I think I said that the year before as well. I don't think that Horror Nights should go into August, because then you play this kind of game. Well, they're like, okay, well, we did August 30th. What if we go to like August 27th, August 24th? Orlando in August is not a Halloween weather type of situation at all.
To be fair, neither is September.
And neither is early October. So it's not until like late October until you finally feel like, oh, it kind of feels like fall outside. Wow, I feel like it's Halloween.
There's like 2 days.
And they're like, Halloween Horror Nights ends tomorrow. Oh no. So it really, the weather doesn't really do anything. It doesn't control these decisions. But I think to keep that atmosphere, to keep what makes Halloween special, and the fact that it is a limited time event, if you go into August, there's really no barrier where it's like, well, why can't we go to August, like, you know, from 30th? Why can't we start August 26th now? Hey, next year, can we start August 24th? Like, it's just like 5 days earlier than the last time. Like, is that fine? And I feel like that gets into that conversation of where I'm going to use the word greed. Greed gets into the play of like, how can we keep expanding it in days and stuff? I genuinely think the soft spot, or the sweet spot is, I don't know what I said. The sweet spot, soft spot, the soft spot. What did I say? Does somebody have a clip of that? Can you clip that? But I genuinely believe that the sweet spot for Horror Nights is September 1st to October 31st, with that first weekend in November to expand into, depending on when Halloween falls. I think that is like the sweet spot. And I think I love the Wednesday through Sunday kind of situation. And then that last week, scare actors, I know you probably don't want to hear this, but buckle up and toughen up. The last week is Hell Week, and you kind of just boom, 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 and just really like, you know, go through it. I think that's the sweet spot where they don't extend past September. I think we keep that. But the problem is September 1st is a Sunday. I don't see opening night being a Sunday and then them doing a Monday or just a Sunday. Instead, for the past few years, they've started Horror Nights on a Friday. Why can't they start on a Wednesday or a Thursday? Does it feel off?
Yes.
And I agree it does. But the way I look at it is like, if you're trying to find ways to have more dates, September 5th, I think is, hold on. I'm gonna pull up the calendar real quick because I don't want to be wrong on this, because then it will completely null and void my conversation. September 5th, the date that Beetlejuice comes out, is a Thursday.
Thursday is fine. Wednesday is a no.
But this is what I'm trying to say. If they do the house fully like the movie, to me, it's okay to release that on September 5th with the film, because it's like, well, you have an opportunity to see the film already, and then you have a chance to see the house
At
without
9
really
a.m.
being...
before
Well,
going to HHN.
technically it's Wednesday. You can go the night before, but
That's true.
for those, I mean, not everybody's going to Halloween Horror Nights on opening night. Not everybody is,
True.
you know, and I'm pretty sure those people who are going to Halloween Horror Nights on opening night, hey, if it was Thursday, September 5th, we would be okay with seeing Beetlejuice before the film if that was the case, because I would be like, I'll go see it tomorrow or one of the next days coming up. I'd be okay with that because I'm like, I'm not going to miss the opening night. And it would feel cool to kind of see the house and be like, so this is what the movie's like, because it's not exactly like, feeling, what am I? What?
Brian needs to write a thesis about HHN 33 opening date.
One of the videos that I had planned for speculation season was just opening night and laying out the reasonings behind it. I don't know. We may do that. I don't know. I don't think anybody cares to see that as a video. Spam in the chat, guys. I want to know what you guys think. We'll get y'all's opinion. Would y'all like to see?
Be honest.
Yeah, and be honest. Would y'all like to see a video of us just breaking down opening date, the pros and cons of going into August, September, all that stuff? Spam in the chat 1 if you want to see that. Spam in the chat 2 if you don't. And just be honest, we don't care. No emotions here. The other thing is, I feel like it might be best just suited as a live stream like this of me just kind of breaking in. But I'll probably get more details on all that stuff when we do another like live stream stuff, because that has to fall in the logistics of the part or the event, and that's one thing we'll talk about in that upcoming thing.
1 or 2,
depending. I see a lot of ones. Wait, what was the what was one? What was one?
1 was yes.
Okay.
Yeah, someone said they only go to Hollywood, so don't care.
Albert, hey, don't feel like I'm not including you with Hollywood. We will be discussing Hollywood stuff this year. This will be the first time we actually bring Hollywood into the mix of things, this channel, but very little things. And we won't really talk about Hollywood until like announcements start coming and going. Then we'll bring up Hollywood more into the...
We're not as much into the like speculation, I guess.
No, we're focused on Orlando. We're Orlando.
Yeah.
But because we went to Hollywood last year for the first time, even when we were there, we had no idea where we were, how things worked. Now we got a little bit under our feet with that. We'll talk about it this year, but as far as like official things, but as far as like layouts and speculations and stuff, we'll let our West Coast friends take care of that. At least we'll stick here on the East Coast. If you guys need a West Coast channel, Hotline's our favorite West Coast channel for HHN. But that's who I would check out.
Cool.
So I see some 1s. I see some 2s though. I don't know.
I'm gonna do the poll for Beetlejuice.
Okay, yeah, Beetlejuice. But yeah, I'll talk more about opening weekend, like the logistics and the layout and what I believe for it, because I know that, like I said, where I was starting the story, this person, they said they want to see it in August because they want more days, and like as much as I want it, I agree. If you, here's a phrase. I'm just not good at phrases.
Here we go.
What is it about like the horse or the cow or something? Like if you just like overuse it, it just like doesn't work. I don't know. It's like beating a dead horse. Is that right?
Go. Like, good job.
Like that's
yes,
what it feels like to me, where it's like, how much more do we need of this event, to the point where by late October, people are kind of like, I don't need to go to Horror Nights. I've gone to it so many times. I'm going to go do another thing. I feel like...
could it help with crowd control? Because there's more dates, so maybe less people per day.
No, it won't. I don't think so. It allows more time for more people to come. Because I don't think it's going to help at all. I think where crowd control needs to be helped, like I said, we'll talk about this part also in a logistics video. It's based on houses, scare zones, food booths, attractions, things that are currently inside the park to spread that out. I don't think extra days will actually help. Because I don't think there's like a limit on only 400,000 people go to Horror Nights and they're spread through these days. I think if there's another day, guess what? People locals are still going to go.
I mean, yeah, locals.
And then other people who can get those days will also go. I just think it's genuinely in the park, in the moment when the crowd's at a max level. How can you disperse that more so that it doesn't feel so crowded? That's, I think, the main conversation we should have, if we will, in a future video.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Next IP.
How was Beetlejuice, by the way? What's the vote?
50.
50-50?
55-45.
Okay. It's kind of split, and I see more yeses.
Yeah, and I've seen a few comments about the frequent fear passes. We will be doing a video on that.
Absolutely. And if you guys remember last live stream, and I think even last year, I think towards the end of last year, I even said, for all of you guys who are fans of the Rush of Fear Pass, I'm not saying it's time to abandon ship right now and sound the alarm, but just have all hands on deck for the Rush of Fear Pass. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
Javier said Brian is losing some energy. Eat some fries. What? Excuse me?
Pizza fries.
Steph says pizza fries. I'm like, energy? Where?
No, Javier said pizza fries.
It's the same sentence.
Yeah, you didn't say pizza fries. You just said fries.
Did I?
Yeah.
Maybe I
Maybe
am losing
you-
energy. It's, guys, today was a long, terrible day at work.
Also, before we get into the next IP, I saw a few people talking about Goosebumps. Doesn't Disney own Goosebumps?
Yeah, I think that's a Disney thing. I don't think we'll see Goosebumps.
Also, the show was
No, it wasn't. Here's an interesting take. Disney right now, Disney's lost. They need help. Do you ever think we will see a Universal and Disney collaboration and partnership at Halloween Horror Nights for one of their properties? As such, like Goosebumps.
no.
You don't think so?
No.
Chat, what do you guys think? I don't think so either, but I wouldn't be surprised if Disney was like, we need help. Hey, Universal,
No.
you want this? You pay us
I could see them
to
selling
have
it
this
off.
property. That's what I'm saying. Pay us to have this property
Yeah, but not
so that we
licensing
could build,
it. Just selling
so
it.
that we could pay off our epic debt to Fortnite so we can compete against your epic theme park. That's right. Nobody's going to your theme park. Instead, they're going to stay at home and play video games and think of us.
No, I think they would sell stuff off that then Universal could use for Horror Nights if they bought it. But
Mr. Disney.
like, didn't Disney just recently sell like some of Hulu?
Yeah, Disney's getting ready to sell every bit of it.
So, I mean,
Anyways,
anything that's on there.
Is Chris
but
those things watching?
I think he said he had to
Oh, he's missing this
put his
part.
kids to bed.
Yeah, tell your kids to get out of here. Everybody, if you have your kids in the room, tell them to get out.
No,
we're
your kids can watch.
Not right now. We're about to get in serious conversation.
No.
This may break their heart. Yeah, okay. Anyways, back on track. Beetlejuice 2. Yeah, shut that poll down. We got it's pretty close in the poll, but it seems like majority still says yes. So here's the fourth one.
We just got a super chat from Jason Chen. $20.
Jason. You remember Jason?
Yeah.
Right?
Google.
I mean, you're not wrong.
No, I just see the Google.
Yeah, but you're not wrong. Jason, by the way, we met in Islands of Adventure, and then we got to see each other again last year outside of The Last of Us my favorite little corn dog that we had there.
Yeah.
Great hearing from you again. But with the 20 saying, hope to see you two again at HHN 33. We hope to see you there again as well.
I'm sure we will.
That'd be cool. This will be the third time seeing Jason for HHN 33, 333 in the mix. Roll the dice, let it play. Thank you, Jason. We appreciate the 20, my man.
It's okay. Gamer Marsh said, sorry for talking about Goosebumps.
Oh, no,
It's
that's
okay.
fine. Hey.
Anything
good.
is up for conversation.
This is speculation season.
Hmm?
Anything's in the conversation. And I know somebody put it in here. And this is one that I was interested to kind of see. I haven't really heard anyone talk about this much. Steamboat Willie.
No.
Mickey Mouse.
Absolutely not. No.
I feel like it's a possibility. I feel like Universal could be like, we could take a stab at this.
maybe as like a little Easter egg somewhere, but not a whole
How do you make it an Easter egg?
So,
Oh, cool. Thanks.
no, like literally just like a
What if
picture like Wicked Growth, like you're walking through Wicked Growth and they have those little signs and one of them is Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I
like
can see
that's all I would want.
No.
Also, what was that?
I don't know, because I had an idea and I really wanted to say it. What if they did Mickey Mouse, Steamboat Willie at the Peacock Bar, but he's a horror themed?
No.
Can you imagine getting a picture of horror themes of Mickey Mouse at Universal's Halloween Horror Nights?
No.
What kind of world do we live in? Okay, so anyways, moving on to the fourth property, because I noticed we're already at an hour and a half. Too many Freddys in this chat, because this time it's Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy Krueger. This one's lower on our list. We only brought it up because it's the 40th anniversary. We know Horror Nights has used anniversaries as an excuse for a house, which is fine. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's an anniversary for a reason. But we had a comment in the last video that we did where they mentioned Gremlins because it's the 40th anniversary.
Yeah, another campy house though.
Another campy house, yes, that's true. But the thing is with doing this anniversary is you come into the problem of, okay, well, Ghostbusters is celebrating a 40th. Yeah, oh, Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, bring that. That's the 40th. If we're doing 40th anniversaries, we're just going to do a 1984 themed year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean,
like that's just kind of the theme. So it's like, why do that? Because the next year, guess what? Oh, the 40th anniversary for 1985.
another 80s year.
Right? And that's why I love the idea of having Gremlins come to the event. I know a lot of people want Gremlins too. I don't want it for this year. I apologize to my Gremlins fans. I don't think we'll be getting it this year. I apologize to my Gremlins fans. I think we should get a Gremlins year if they can give us a 1980s themed Halloween Horror Nights year again.
Shouldn't every year be an 80s
I
thing?
agree. And that's the thing is like, I really feel like, you know, when I listen to synth music into our 80s hits and stuff like that, I feel like I'm at HHN. I really do. And I feel like the music and the vibe and stuff, because the year, the decade of the 1980s, we had some really good horror films. And even to this day, I prefer watching those horror films from the 80s than I do to today's.
I still really want a 90s themed year too.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I'll take a 90s. Absolutely. I think we could use a 90s themed and get, you know, Scream into the mix and stuff. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But Nightmare on Elm Street. Celebrating a 40th anniversary. We haven't seen Freddy at the event in a while, since 2015. It's been 9 years. We've seen Michael in the mix a couple of times. We've seen Leatherface a couple of times in that. A lot of people want to see Freddy. I know a lot of people have been asking for it. I'm not against it. I don't really have information or details or anything when it comes to this potentially being a house or anything at the event. I just know that it has a 40th. If they want to play into that, sure, go ahead.
Well, Nightmare would be more scary, more gory. It still is a comedy.
It still is, yes.
I mean, the first one, not really, but like the sequels and stuff are more like, I mean, they're more funny than your typical like slasher.
Yeah.
So it's like, is the whole year just comedy?
Are we having just like comedy horror? I like that. I'm fine with that, but I'm fine with watching those. I don't really want them to necessarily all be haunted houses at the event. Mm-hmm. I like to have one or two. I think two's a good number, but I wouldn't do more than two.
Yeah, sorry, the first two.
I genuinely think the sweet spot when it comes to doing the houses is one IP that's comedy and one original that's comedy. That's it. Don't do more. Because I love their original comedy houses that they kind of do. I love it. I think it's smart. I think it's great. And then do one like IP in there.
Yeah.
So
also, we but we got a super chat from Aura Darling.
Hey, Aura Darling. Hey, we got a super chat from Aura Darling.
$5.
With the $5 saying, love Gremlins, but it have a similar logistic issues to Chucky. Or I
can see that.
I disagree. disagree. Because Gremlins would not be put inside of Fast and Furious.
But puppets.
Remember HHN Hollywood? Do you remember HHN Hollywood last year? Do you remember the Chucky house from HHN Hollywood last year? You remember how fun that house was?
Yeah, it was good.
That's what Orlando would be, in my opinion, with Gremlins. I genuinely think they would put way more into Gremlins in Orlando than they did with Chucky last year. 100%. If they said Gremlins was coming to the event, I honestly and I truthfully, I'd put my personal guarantee, my word on this. I would not be worried about it coming to the event because it's all the puppets and stuff. I get that. I wouldn't be worried at all.
That movie scared me so much when I was little. Not the first one, but the second one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Just the dude with the mohawk.
Just like when they turn green and stuff.
How's the theme song for Gremlins go?
I don't know.
I can't remember. I mean, I do. I hear it. I just can't play it.
Anyway.
Also,
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Irfan said they should get rid of the Fast and Furious location completely.
Agreed.
We will be talking about that in an upcoming video. That's part of the logistics. We'll even in this video, I hope. Okay, here's a cool Brian idea that will never be done unless somebody in the chat, hey, chat, maybe you guys can help out. Would you guys like it for us to build a model of Universal and in the video pinpoint and show the directions and stuff where things could be on video? Or do you want it just to be just a normal 2D map on the screen and for us to be like, look, highlight this could happen? Or do you want a model to see it and for us to build the facades and all that stuff? I want to know. Yes, absolutely. Somebody said microwave. Oh, yes, that was part of Gremlins. I was like, microwave? What do you mean? Yes. It is absolutely.
It is not that I think it's more unnecessary work. I think it is something that just won't happen.
It probably won't. Unless, like I said, people in chat start saying, hey, we got this. I need somebody to work on Rip Ride Rocket. Who wants to do that part? Somebody needs to do Minion Cafe. I need somebody on the Mummy project. And everybody gets their own little project and then we put it all together.
This is one of those projects that Brian gets really into, does it for like a day and then it's like, oh, this is hard.
Oh, you're telling me I need a lot of money and a skill that I don't have. Oh. Well, let's move on to the next crazy idea then.
Or the next IP.
Wait, what?
I said, or let's go to the next IP.
I mean, do we even need to say anything about Nightmare on Elm Street?
No.
That was kind of it. Nightmare on Elm Street was just kind of on the bottom. We just wanted to put that out there to have conversations on it. So yeah, I'd be interested to see what y'all think.
And I'm putting the poll up.
Put the poll. Also, Fun Guy Gamer. This is ridiculous. Fun Guy Gamer has been a part of the Fright Club for 17 months.
That's crazy.
My man, we have people for 17 months in the Fright Club. It's crazy to think that we're going to have 2-year celebrations this year. Wow. By the way, Fun Guy, I mean, we appreciate it, my man.
Yes,
seriously, all the support. By the way, all of you guys watching us right now, we're an hour and a half right now, tonight's live stream. This has been a chaotic live stream. We had, it's been crazy. We even started late because why? We were having technical issues. So we appreciate the support and love. And to have you guys all here right now, like I said, in early February, talking Halloween Horror Nights and stuff with us, it brings joy to my heart. Like I love doing this. So to see that we have a crowd and a lot of supporters and people who love HHN means the world to me. So then that makes me know that we can still talk about Horror Nights year round. So Fun Guy Gamer, though, said, what about... I can't read it because Stephanie's poll is actually in my way. I can't even scroll. Baby, can you read it, please?
What about a Beetlejuice graveyard review house? Would be a fun little tribute to a great lost attraction. Better yet, have it as an HHN stage show. I say yes to the stage show.
Stage show, 100%.
I would like that a lot.
Stage show, 100%. Maybe literally just bring Beetlejuice graveyard review back.
Yes.
For a limited time at Halloween Horror Nights.
Mm-hmm.
Nightmare Fuel, get out of the way. Because I genuinely think that would be extremely popular.
Oh, and add to it to where like, because it used to be like on kind of a smaller stage, and like there obviously wasn't like a ton of like pyrotechnics and things like that, but add to it to where it's like this big production.
Yeah. I mean, make it big, but also like, I mean, make it relevant to Halloween Horror Nights and stuff too, you know? Especially if they do a Beetlejuice house, and then you have the Beetlejuice Graveyard Review returning and give it, you know, a fun name. Beetlejuice. I mean, yeah, I don't know, whatever. We'll think of names and stuff. If you guys want to get creative for names, go ahead. But I think that would be huge to have a show as a comeback, because it's not just a Horror Nights thing like Nightmare Fuel is. That's a universal thing. And then if they put it in Horror Nights, that'd be a lot of fun, because you can even have the classic monsters return in there and all that kind of stuff. That could be a whole fun show. Maybe even throw Bill and Ted in there as a little thing. It's just this whole nostalgic trip. That's just like, whoa.
You're going to need 2 or 3 days to do HHN if that's the case.
Yeah, that show, I think, would be packed every show.
Yeah,
I think so. Here's a question. Let's take away the Nightmare on Elm Street thing. What's the votes on that?
59% said yes.
Really? 59 thinks it's going to come to the event? Wow. Okay, I'm not
Or
really
maybe they're
surprised,
voting like they want it to.
Oh. What is even our poll?
It just says yes, no.
We got to work on that. I just need to work on remembering it. I want to see you guys spam in the chat. Spam 1 if you guys think Beetlejuice Graveyard Review would be bigger and more popular than Nightmare Fuel. Or spam 2 if you think Nightmare Fuel would still be more popular than the return of Beetlejuice Graveyard Review for Halloween Horror Nights. I truly want to know for this specifically, because as thinking logistic wise in the layout of this, I think Nightmare Fuel is one of the more popular shows that we've had at Halloween Horror Nights, obviously, especially in recent history. Bill and Ted, loved, very nostalgic, very popular too. But if you just throw in a Beetlejuice Graveyard, I think that's from like left field. I'm not sure if anybody's ever really talked about that, to be honest. If that came to the event, that is at your perfect combination of like just horror comedy with Beetlejuice at the event, like kind of hosting that show. I think that would be really cool.
What was 1 and what was 2?
1 was Beetlejuice, 2 was Nightmare Fuel. And Tyler loves theme parks. Yep. I'm gonna ban you, my man. But see, I see, like, for instance, I see a lot of 1s. And then I see Tyler loves theme parks really pushing for 2.
Good thing Chris isn't here.
I know.
Also, we got a super chat.
I see more 1s than 2s. If I count just 1 vote, individual vote per person, Tyler, I see more 1s right now. I don't know. I hear Hondo drinking, yes. I don't know if you guys can hear him. But also, yeah, we did get a super chat from Marshmallow Adventures, also with the $4.99. And by the way, I don't know if I got a notification that they became a member. Did you get one?
No, subscriber. And we did get that.
But did we get one for a member? Because they got the icon next to their name. See that?
I don't see the icon.
Oh, look in your left, bottom left, where all your notifications are.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't think we got a
notification
for that.
Unless we missed that. We have technical issues all the time, so we might be missing a lot. We can hear it, but we don't even see it on our end. But anyways, Marshmallow Adventures with the $4.99 saying the jackalope was a mystery animal on the Masking the Horror tour last year. Makes you think the jackalope was a mystery animal.
That was in the Yeti house.
Yes.
And they did say that was kind of like maybe like a Easter egg, like hint.
And it's like I want to talk about this, but I don't know if I want to talk about it now because this is kind of more on the original side. And I do want us to have a live stream in the future talking about original ideas. I don't want to do that now because we do actually have a couple of like original ideas to talk about, which is why like the tribute store and the Mardi Gras theme and all that stuff. I was like, we'll get into that stuff. But the jackalope, there was conversations that I've heard people talk about with them kind of diving into something around that. So we'll put a pin on that conversation. I think that's something we should have down the future.
I did love that in the Yeti house, how they had that map, and it was like different cryptids.
Yeah.
Like that was cool. I like that.
That was neat. I like that. I like the original houses with the details. It's incredible. And you can only experience those details when you do the Unmasking the Horror tour.
Yeah.
So this is your sign. Everybody go on HalloweenHorrorNights.com and sign up for the Unmasking the Horror tour.
I don't think they're selling them yet.
Oh, no. Never mind. Too early. Sorry. Too early. Pull that back. But anyways, okay. So yeah, we talked about Beetlejuice review, Nightmare Fuel kind of thing. But let's move on to our final speculation, which is classic monsters. I'm about to sneeze. These allergies, man. Working outside 10 hours a day it's fighting me.
We know they're going to have monsters.
Oh, you do?
I mean, we don't know, but I'd be very surprised if they didn't.
Yes.
We just don't know what monster or mashup of monsters. I think we have seen all of the monsters so far.
No. No, we have not.
Who?
A lot of them.
Who?
See, well, that's the thing. What kind of route? What was the theme of Halloween Horror Nights 33 for us this year? Fork in the road. What path is Halloween Horror Nights taking? I know we're talking classic monsters, but could we talk about Universal monsters and kind of blend them into the mix? Because is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde a classic monster? A Universal classic monster? Chat, please correct me if I'm wrong. Is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde a Universal classic monster? Somebody in the chat, please let me know the answer to this. And do not guess, because I will find you.
Don't finish that. I
mean, I did. That was all I was going to say.
Oh, okay. Mr. Disney King said, I still say that Creature will be exclusive to Hollywood. We shall see. I feel like they're going to do the same classic monster house on both coasts. Like they've been doing.
I agree. I think they're going to keep that matchup. Creature, here's the thing I want to say. John Murdy did mention back in December saying he wants to do it properly. So people are under the assumption that Creature's not going to be this year. I've had people say that, but also he could just be saying, we want to do it properly, which means, hey, we're doing it properly this time and it's happening this year. But also if he means in the future, that doesn't mean John Murdy speaks for Halloween Horror Nights Orlando. John Murdy only speaks for Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood. Orlando, with a bigger budget, bigger production, bigger sets, all that kind of stuff, could already be like, we have the stuff we need to do Creature properly, and we're doing so right now. That could be the case.
Over in Hollywood punching the air.
Yes. Period.
Or they do a two-parter again, where part one is Creature and then part two is like the continuation of that story, but with a different monster.
Hold up. I'm also trying to see if anybody has answered my question.
Creature will be saved for Vegas.
Marshmallow Adventure said yes. Gamer said it's a classic monster. So can you look that up right now, actually? Can you tell me if Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde are Universal classic monsters? Because one thing I want to bring up too is just like the Universal monsters, like you got like the what is it, the flies from like space, like the tarantula, like those kind of things. You know what I'm talking about?
Tarantula.
Like
the eight-legged freaks?
No. That'd be a cool house.
Arachnophobia?
No, hold up. Pause your answers. When you went into the Classic Monsters Cafe.
Yes.
Right?
Mr. Hyde is a classic monster.
Okay.
Debatably the first Universal monster.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Remember they told us this in
they did.
In the house.
In the house, Unmasking the Horror Tour.
Yeah, it was the first. It was the first Universal monster movie. It was a silent film in 1913, and it was like very short. It was only like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't long at all. Is there a list of classic monsters? Like, what is the list of considered to be the Universal Classic monsters? Anyways, the reason why I want to look this up is because Creature is one that we haven't really seen expanded into this HHN Classic Monsters universe that we have going on. We haven't really had a Creature featured. Get it? Creature feature. The Creature feature. That'd be the name of the house. The Creature feature. Anyways, we haven't had Creature featured except for being like little Easter eggs and for the 2019 touch. And Murdy said like they want to do it and they want to do it right, which makes me think that, you know, they will be doing it. So I don't see them doing a Creature house as the finale. I see them doing it as like one of its standalone houses, maybe paired with another monster or something like that, because we have seen a usage of the monsters multiple times in between, like the Frankenstein, Dracula kind of realm. Wolfman has been using it. Mummy has been used as well again. We had some reuses for the monsters. Excuse me. So it doesn't hurt to also put another one in there. We could also just have a solo Creature house. I still feel like that'd be extremely popular for a classic monster, just because of how unique it is. I think people are more interested, and I know there's a huge fan base for Creature, and a lot of people have been following the fan base and the bandwagon of Creature since 2019. But I genuinely feel like people like myself, I'm more interested in the haunted house at Horror Nights for Creature versus just Creature himself, for the fact that it is a unique setting. So it'd be really cool to kind of see that, see a story in that. And then after they do that, they got all the classic monsters kind of knocked out. Then you do the final house with all the monsters coming back again, like we had in 2019. Do a final one to kind of wrap up that saga of the Universal Classic Monsters modern Horror Nights take. And then it leads into, you know, maybe a Dark Universe kind of episode with that.
I'm just getting lists of like the individual movies, not the characters.
Got it. Also, Marshmallow Adventure with a $1.99 said Fork in the Road. That's the theme. And if you notice in this live stream, we've been on Fork in the Road. What are we talking about? This, that. We can't stay track.
Honestly.
So, but yeah, we know we're getting a Classic Monsters house this year. But what monster? I don't think it's the final conclusion, because I really do genuinely think we're getting a final conclusion to the Classic Monsters at Horror Nights soon. I don't think it's this year, but I do think we're getting one. And Marshmallow said with the $1.99 Caretaker will be the icon this year. I don't think that's this year. But thanks for the $1.99. But I don't think that's this year. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know. We don't know.
Who knows? I think we could use a non-icon. A non-con. Did we have an icon last year? Who was the icon last year? Oh, yeah, that's right. That guy. These posters are so cool, by the way. I love that we have them up.
When we first started the stream, several people were asking to buy them. Honestly, we might just do it.
Okay, anybody from Universal watching this, like, are we not allowed to sell these posters? I really think we can get in trouble.
Anybody watching who is a copyright lawyer?
Well, yeah, we want to know. Yeah, we want to know. I don't know.
That's allowed.
I don't know if it's allowed. We really would love to get these out to the fans, because we've had so many people ask for these posters. I just don't think genuinely we can sell it to you guys.
We don't know the legality behind that.
And here's the other thing too. Like when we were printing these. When we were printing these out, we got lucky enough not to come across an issue, because when you get them printed out like this at any other like local store or whatever, they'll ask to make sure that you are the sole owner of it. Luckily enough, we weren't really asked that, but we are, because, you know, these are photos taken by Stephanie. This artwork was created by Stephanie, but it is Horror Nights property.
See the difference, because like Javier said, Cryptoguts, which the difference is Cryptoguts created all of like the entire poster is created by the artist and is not like it's hard because a photo like that's that is a person.
Yeah. But
Like
but
in
then,
the photos. Like I don't know if I can sell a picture of
I know.
somebody else.
But then also too, the thing that people said with CryptoGuts is like the words and the titles used are Universal owned and stuff, like Case Files Unearthed, Kitty Cat Club. But
Universal has also sold CryptoGuts, so
Yeah.
they probably have a agreement.
Yeah, so we don't know. So we don't really know what the contract and the like the legality of that stuff is. One thing we were thinking about doing though is once we figure that legality part out, see whatever the answer is, what we may do is, and what I think is actually a more fun way of doing this versus just selling them, are Fright Club legends. Anybody who's a Fright Club legend will actually end up getting the files to print these out themselves, and they can have them digitally, they can have them physically, whatever they want to do with them. We will give the Fright Club legends these files. But what we'll do is, because Stephanie will continue in the future creating more posters, we'll do them monthly. So per month, we'll have one released. I hope you're ready for this
pressure
for this new job I'm giving you. But per month, what we'll do is we'll have like a limited release kind of thing. So like this month will be this one. This month will be that one. And you guys won't know until the month happens. So like, let's say May this year could be an HHN 29 poster. And we'll obviously make the posting of it when we do make it public and all that stuff. The Fright Club legends, who are currently Fright Club legends when it comes to that time, will then get the PDF for it.
Yes. Anyway.
Creature?
Classic Monsters house.
Creature. Creature?
I don't know how I feel.
What I think is, I'm 100% thinking we're gonna get a Classic Monsters house this year. I don't think it's gonna be a mashup like the final one, but instead I think it'll be like what we had in recent years, where it's like 2 or 3 monsters mixed in there.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that, and I would love to continue that. I don't mind that
They
being
used to
at
do
Hornets
that.
every year.
They used to do that with the old movies. Like they would like have like 2 monsters.
Frankenstein meets werewolf. Yeah,
I think that's so cool.
Yeah, I think
like
that's fine. I really wouldn't mind them doing that every single year. I wouldn't. But my idea since 2019 was the fact that we will be getting a Classic Monsters mashup house every single year until 2025, which was supposed to be HHN 35, an anniversary year, which would have been the final conclusion of the monsters and the opening year for Epic Universe for Dark Universe. That's what I was originally thinking, but since we technically lost a year with 2020, it throws that off a little bit, where they might have to shorten that up. Question is how.
I also like Fungi Gamer said second for Japanese creatures, which it's not necessarily like Universal Classic Monsters, but our favorite house, one of our favorite houses in Hollywood last year was Monstros.
That was amazing.
I loved that. I would love to have more like kind of like
The culture
folklore type of
from different cultures.
yeah, but like a mashup of like different creatures from that culture.
From culture, yeah.
So kind of like the
So if
Japanese
we did
creatures.
Japanese,
That would be cool.
If we did Japanese, 100% need to do Godzilla. Right?
Yeah, sorry, my Wi-Fi just like
No,
cut out.
So you agree with Godzilla? You just said yeah.
I don't know.
Yes. You just said yes.
If they do it right, yes, but I can see it going wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, if they did Godzilla, I think it would be an incredible house. Just don't know if our current team can pull that off right now. But yeah, Godzilla would be amazing. Amazing. And I'm not talking like the Godzilla movies. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen like the recent one. I'm talking like you got to get into the lore of Godzilla. I was talking with Southridge, Ryan, if you ever see this, the little like mutants Godzilla, you know what I'm talking about, from like the tail and stuff, like the little mutant. Imagine that. That would be terrifying. I think that was like Shin Godzilla. I might be wrong, but yeah, anyways. So yeah, Classic Monsters, those are the 5 like IPs and stuff that we talked about. Five Nights at Freddy's, Ghostbusters, the one I always forget, Beetlejuice. I will forever forget this house constantly. Beetlejuice, Nightmare on Elm Street, and then Universal Classic Monsters. Those are the ones that we set for this year. Those are what to keep your eye on. Nightmare on Elm Street kind of less. Gremlins is in the back pocket. We're waiting for more positive movement in that court so we can talk about it. So I think Gremlins is off the side right now. And there's some other IPs and stuff out there that's in the mix that could be potential front runners, like The Fall of the House of Usher, which I think would be a big success for a house, right, babe?
Yes.
Big fan of that.
Please.
Another Netflix property I think that needs to be talked about and should be done as a house that could be very successful and even potentially scare zone if they wanted to. Fear Street. I still feel like Fear Street would still fit into the event. I really want them to do Fear Street. I know I haven't seen much talk about it, but there have been talks. So I'm happy to see that Fear Street is out there. Terrifier? Absolutely not. No.
No.
Period.
Godzilla Minus One was distributed in the US by Toho. So there you go.
Cool. Thank you.
But yeah, no Terrifier, please.
Yeah, no Terrifier. And there is another one that I will not be mentioning tonight.
Wait, Melanie said, I don't think Netflix will promote a Flanagan project. Why not? We had Hill House.
That'd be interesting. Did something happen on the internet where everybody wanted to fight each other again?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I hope not.
Yeah, we don't get involved with online drama,
political
political
he has
drama.
a contract with Amazon. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Not Netflix.
I
think they'd still do like previous works.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because if it's a previous like work like that, it's not like Netflix is gonna. I get what you mean, but it's not like they're promoting. Oh, I don't know. That is an interesting conversation because you can only watch Haunting of Hill House on Netflix.
On Netflix, yeah.
Go watch this on Netflix. That's what they're promoting. See this on Netflix. And that's what pulls people to go watch it on Netflix. And if Mike Flanagan has kind of a contract with Amazon, which we both need to look into that. That's actually interesting.
But I feel like directors have contracts with a bunch of different like streaming services and, you know, production companies and things like that. So I don't know.
That'd be interesting. I don't know. I know so Melanie's saying he has no contract with Netflix anymore, only Amazon. But why not have a contract with Halloween Horror Nights and Amazon then?
His production company. Amazon, yeah, but it wouldn't be Fall of the House of Usher.
See, but okay, so that's a good conversation to talk about. Because let's say Fall of the House of Usher is on Netflix and it's a Mike Flanagan project, but he now works with Amazon. Does that make the Fall of the House of Usher lost in a gray zone? Because it's on Netflix. So if they bring it to Halloween Horror Nights, it has to say Netflix on it.
Yes.
Netflix's Haunting of Hill House or Fall of the House of Usher. But since it's done by Mike Flanagan and they have if he has a contract with Amazon,
I feel like Netflix has to have something in their contract with him that's like, we have the rights to like.
I don't think it's Netflix. I think it's Amazon that should be the question, because I feel like if Horror Nights is like, hey, we want Fall of the House of Usher, and Netflix is like, yes, absolutely, I don't think Mike Flanagan would be like, no, because I'm with Amazon now. I don't think so. I think he'd be like, yeah, that's my project. I did it with Netflix at the time. Absolutely. I think it's Amazon. I think it's a question of Amazon going, let's see in the contract this is allowed because we don't want this promoted. I don't really necessarily think so, because that's not their project. So I still feel like it could be done, even though Mike Flanagan now has this contract with Amazon, which we need to look into. I need to check that out. I need to check that out. But I feel like because it was on Netflix, it was done with Netflix, They both collaborated on it. I think that's a Netflix and a Mike Flanagan thing. Even if Mike Flanagan is with Amazon, it's like us saying, "Hey, let's bring back." I mean, let's bring back Poltergeist, right? And let's say the director's, "Oh, but I'm working with Amazon now, so we can't do that." It's like, no, we're talking about your original Poltergeist. What you did with that company. We need to talk with that team. Is that allowed? Sure. I don't think Amazon can come in and be like, "No, you guys can't do that because we have a contract with them now." It's like, but we're not talking about the now. We're talking about what was set precedent.
Yeah.
And I think contracts now can't really void certain things.
Well, and that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if Flanagan would necessarily have much say in that. He might get royalties and all that, but I don't know. It depends on their contract, but you know, Netflix might technically own Fall of the House of Usher in regards to
like distribution rights,
in regards to licensing. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be that'd be some research we'd have to do to talk about that, because that's actually interesting. But I don't think it should. I don't think it should interrupt anything for it. I think that could still be on the table for conversation.
I agree.
Because
Hopefully.
like
Please.
here's one thing, right? When Universal did Stranger Things, did the Russo brothers come and talk with creatives with Halloween Horror Nights about it, or did Halloween Horror Nights only talk to the team at Netflix?
No idea.
I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, and even Javier said, did Flanagan get royalties for Hill House during HHN 30? We need to look.
Duffer Brothers.
What did I say?
Russo Brothers.
Yes. The Duffer Brothers.
It's fine.
It's the end of the night and I'm feeling it. Also, Tyler Loves Theme Park said, are we going to have the 2 sprung tents this year? Ladies and gentlemen.
We'll be talking about that with our logistics.
Yes, that has to go with the logistics video. And then following that logistics video, there'll be a special clickbait video. I'll call it a clickbait video. Yes. I hate clickbait. Kind of clickbaity, but it's more of a like a kind of an idea and speculate on what if, more of like a what if this happens. And that will follow the logistics video because it has to do with the sprung tents. Yes.
Okay.
All right. I realize we did 2 hours of the live stream. I think that's enough. I know you're tired. I'm tired. We also have to get up in the morning and take Hondo to the vet. He's been having ear issues. So we're going to be signing off here pretty soon now. I want to say we've had a solid amount of viewers stay on this entirety. How do you guys do it? Like, how do you guys stay on for 2 hours watching us?
They probably do other stuff in the background. That's what I would do.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Just saying.
I would sit there and watch you for 2 hours.
I would play it in the background while I did dishes or laundry or something.
Speaking of laundry, we need to do laundry too. Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to be wrapping it up for us in tonight's live stream. So just wanted to talk about a couple of these speculated IP properties, the ones that we had from the last video, kind of got into more detail with it and what we think. Wanted to see what you guys think as far as those properties. I mean, even the little guy's coming up here to let us know.
He always knows when we're about done.
Yeah, right. But we're going to be wrapping it up and stuff for tonight. Just to kind of dive into the schedule and what's coming up, we do have a video that we're going to be working on. It's going to be our logistics. We're also going to be talking about the code names for the houses and really what each code name could mean house-wise, whether it's IP, original, all that kind of stuff. So we'll have a video on that. We'll also have that little like clickbaity what if video coming up, and some more, as well as the live streams to follow and to reciprocate those so we can get into detail. And then our podcast at some point.
Yes.
We want to work on, we were supposed to be planning to release our first episode like last week. But there are some technical things we want to work on and make sure it's perfect and ready to go before we release that first episode. So we know that each one's ready to go. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to wish you guys all what is that thing tomorrow?
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, whatever. A Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day, whatever to all you lovers out there for tomorrow, because we're going to take Hondo to the vet. That's all we're doing.
Yes.
And working. But until then, we appreciate you guys joining us in tonight's live stream, our first Tuesday evening live stream, and the second one of the 2024 HHN speculation season, with much more to come. We appreciate all the support and the love as always. We hope you guys enjoy the conversations tonight. Till the next one, we'll see you guys there. Like always, we'll catch you guys in the fog. Peace out and good night, guys.
Bye.